It's time for Truth or Fluke Baseball Edition. The Dodgers will win the World Series in 2024. I'm going with Fluke. For some reason, I just have this little itch that they're going to get bounced again. Maybe not in the first round this time, but I think the media is going to be a big, big pressure on them. Now, are they the favorites to win? Yes, probably.
Absolutely.
But are they going to win? No.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go Fluke as well, because I think if you're looking at it like a betting standpoint, I get one team or I get the
field,
other teams. I take the field.
You take the field every time.
I think they win it in 25 when Ohtani's healthy on the mound.
I think truth, not just to deviate from you guys. I think you were kind of talking about it earlier, Jedi. There's been so many collapses. They eventually have to start winning with how much talent they have. And Freddie and Mookie and Shohei and whoever the hell they are going to add aren't going to all do the same thing that happened last year and all go cold at the exact same time. Even if just one player is hot during that stretch, they're straight. So I'm going to buck the trend. I'm going to go truth. I think they win it this year. And 3 out of the next 5 years, if you want to write that down too.
Wow, that is something to write down. A while from now that we'll find out, but still worth it.
Yeah, Shohei will have only made $8 million at that point.
Speaking of Shohei Ohtani, that's the next one up for Truth or Fluke. Shohei Ohtani will play throughout his entire 10-year contract. So what this question is asking is he going to be one of those guys that doesn't end up finishing his entire contract and will retire beforehand? This is interesting because I've seen a lot of stories that since he does play both positions, that his body goes through a lot more than your standard player would. You know, he pitches and hits, and that does take a toll on your body eventually. However, I do think that he'll end up playing throughout the whole contract. So I'm going to say truth, he will, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
So I'm going to say truth. I know in his contract it says he can opt out if the execs back out as well. So that's an interesting little clause that I've never seen before. But I'm going to say truth. I'm going to say that he actually plays 2 more years after that as well if he's chasing some sort of milestone.
Yeah, I think it's truth, and yeah, that'll be cool. You know, fast forward 10 years, hopefully we're still doing the podcast and see what Shohei career ends up being. I think it'll be truth because he's already used to DHing, so it's not going to be a big transition for him being able to do it. I don't think I think the days of Shohei starting are done. He's going to be a relief pitcher. He'll come in maybe, I don't know, super high leverage closer where he pitches 2 innings max and then, has a weekly inning cap kind of thing. But no, I think truth. I think he plays it. He's too talented not to.
And then the last one for Truth or Fluke for Baseball Edition. Teams who are throwing $300 million plus at Yamamoto is a bad move. I'm going with truth just because this dude has never thrown a pitch in the MLB, and I just think that it's so risky. And we've seen multiple guys come over here, not just Japan, the DR, and it just does not pan out at all. I mean, the Giants, Yankees, Red Sox, and Mets have reportedly made offers at $300 million at least. And the Mets reportedly made an offer around $360 million.
Wow.
For a guy that's never thrown a pitch in the MLB, that's a little crazy where we're starting to get with this money talk.
I'm going to say fluke. I'm saying fluke because I watched his pen the other day, and it is magical. It is magical.
It is nice, but it's also scary that he doesn't throw you in the MLB yet.
Nah,
it is, no doubt.
No doubt. I'm not arguing that at all. But there's certain positions in sports that I don't need to see them do it at that level to be able to give like a certain amount of money out. I don't need to see a kicker kick a field goal in a packed stadium. If the kid can kick it from 65 fucking yards, he'll start banging them in a game. Yeah. I don't need to see a pitcher throw to live hitters if he's sitting like 97, 98 with the 4 other fucking pitches he's coming with, and they're filthy. So I do think he's worth that money for a team that needs starting pitching. If you're a team that's like, I got a solid 5, I think that's crazy giving him $300 million. But if you're a team that's like, damn, like the Yanks are sitting here with fucking, I mean, think about who we've tried to bring in: James Paxton, ass; Frankie Montas,
Ace.
ass. This
Rodon.
other fuck,
Rodon, fat
ass.
ace.
Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? Like, the fuck are we talking about? If I was the Blue Jays, I would sign him because I'll tell you, fucking Manoah, Jesus, ass. So yeah, I'm paying the fucking guy.
I think, yeah. So I think it's fluke, but for completely different reasons. You know what you're saying about if you can kick it, kick a field goal at 65 yards, like doing in the stadium. No, I completely disagree with that. I think it's a huge difference doing it in front of fans and in the situation. Nothing else can create the nerves than actually doing it. For a contract reason, we've talked about contracts a lot recently. It's where sports is going. There's so much money being thrown around from TV deals that these contracts are just going to get more ridiculous. So like, we're going to continue to see just ridiculous numbers thrown out for contracts. I think he's legit, and I think when you look at a lot of the recent, Asian players that have come over, they've really succeeded over the past couple of years, a lot more than they historically have. So I'm going to go with fluke because I just think the trend. I don't know if there's something more in the water or if the baseball is better over there in Japan as it has been in years, but they're coming over a lot more MLB ready than they have in the past 10 years.
Just out of curiosity to keep the conversation going a little bit, he had around a 1 ERA in Japan this past year. Do you think he gets anywhere close of that in the MLB?
What's close? Sub 3?
Yes, I would say sub 3 because remember Tanaka came over and he had a similar ERA, and I think Tanaka's first year it was like just a touch above 3. Same thing with Darvish. Darvish was also dealing over there in the ones too, and then came over here. And
is Yamamoto? Is this the curveball that I was watching on Instagram the other day? He's got just some ridiculous 12-6 hammer. Yeah, yep. I don't think MLB hitters are ready for that shit. I think he's like 2.5, dude. He's gonna dice.
I do think he dices, and I do think Tanaka had a learning curve because Tanaka wasn't overpowering with his fastball. And
Tanaka's a splitter, too. Splitters can kind of stay up. This curveball he's throwing is insane. It's not going to float like a like Tanaka splitter can.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But if I'm an executive, I want a fucking piece of this Japanese market. I really do.
Man. The talent that's come over in the past 3 to 5 years has just been ridiculous.